Hello, what is up everybody? In today's video, we're doing the top 3 point guard build comparisons, okay? So we're looking at the play shot, the BP build, which is the offensive threat, floor spacing, slasher, so on and so on. There's like four to five different names for that one. And then we've got the two-way slashing play or the slashing playmaker build in NBA2K20. So I'm going to talk about the pros, the cons. I'm going to show you the 3 builds that I was talking about, their stats compared to the other ones, other people's stats. So we'll have a comparison and stuff like that. And if you guys could leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get straight into the video. So the first build I want to talk about is the most overpowered build, which is the BP build, which was the most popular build at the start of the game for point guards, for instance. So I'm going to show you some stats of the BP build real quick, and we're going to do a comparison on the other builds, so the two-way slashing and all that sort of stuff. So first up, we're having a look right here, the stats. So you got a 90 close shot, an 87 driving layup, and an 82 driving dunk. So you get your contact dunks at 96 when you touch your height and stuff. You're like 6'3", 6'2". If you're 6'2", you get contact dunks at 97 overall. I think at 98 overall, you get them at 6'3", and you actually get them really pretty easy. That is actually really good that you get contact dunks around 96, 97 overall. Then you got the high 3 ball, which is an 80 plus 3 ball with the 21 shooting badges. You have 16 finishing badges. That's without legend, of course. You got the 82 ball handling, so at 97 overall, you will be able to speed boost and have all the pro dribble moves if you adjust your wingspan to the right status. And then we have the good high defense. Have a look at that with the high defensive badges as well. So this is the first build I want to talk about. Now this is my favorite build because it's a floor spacing slasher, which is the most dominant build in my opinion. That's my build, that's my signature build, okay? So that's why I'm going to put it at number 1. Now if you have a look at this build compared to the other ones, I'm going to show you right now at the two-way slashing play real quick. Which a two-way slashing play, you get contact dunks off rip, you got the high inside, you got the 11 finishing, which is really good. So this build is actually really dominant. When you hit legend, I really recommend people who hit legend make this build. I didn't make this build because I already have I already have a floor spacing slasher, which I think is even more overpowered than this build, but it's always each to their own. Then you got a 67 3 ball off rip, so you get like a 71 3 ball, 72 at 99.9, which is really good. You can green shots with 10 shooting badges. And then you have 20 playmaking badges as well, which is pretty high. You got pro dribble moves off rip. You got a high passing accuracy with 20 playmaking. Then look at your defensive stats. You got a high perimeter, lateral, and steal with a high defensive rebound with 20 defensive badges. So this is really, really dominant on the defensive end and for the finishing end. So you're basically a two-way slasher at this point, but you can obviously do everything on the court. The only thing that's lacking on this build is the 3-point shot, but if you can time your shot, you won't be 50, and if you haven't got shit internet like I've got, absolutely horrible internet, that I'll have like a 200 ping to my own internet, so obviously I can't use a build like this. I need a high 3 ball, but if you have really good internet, you have like a no ping to your internet, you have a 1 ping to the servers, you'll be able to green every single shot with this shot, okay? And I had the best jump shots of yesterday's video, top right hand corner of the video, check that out. But now let's have a quick little gaze at the play shot build, which I want to show you, which was a lot of people's favorite builds. I actually have one at the start of the game. This is my favorite build at the start of the game. But here we are, I have a little bit of a comparison with the playmaking shot creator. So as you guys can see, you won't get contact dunks at all in this build, which is a bit of an understand. Like this is why this build is not really up there anymore with the top builds. It is still like a top 5 build, top 3 point guard build, but the other 2 I showed you were way better. But as you guys can see, we've got an 85 close shot, which is really good, so you can make all your close shot fades. So at 99.9, you get a 90 close shot, which you won't be missing with cross key scorer. You got a high driving layup with a 5 to 5 finishing badges. You can touch it to 4 or 5, whatever you want to do. You can adjust the stats how you want it. This is how I made mine. Then with the shooting, you got 21 shooting badges with an 84 3 and an 84 mid range. But after you touch your height, wingspan, all that stuff, remember everything adjusts once you touch all that. But you got a high shooting with the 21 shooting badges, which you are basically a pure sharp at legend on this build. And then with the playmaking, you have a high ball control with a high passing accuracy as well, which I recommend people making, because if you want to dribble, these 3 builds all can dribble at 99 overall, but two-way slashing play and the playmaking shot creator can speed boost off rip if that's what that tickles your fancy. Then the defensive end, you got 7 defensive badges. You got a pretty high defense. If you don't know how to play defense, you already know offense overpowers defense in this game. Defense isn't that much of a big priority for 2K. But as you guys can see, they are the 3 best builds in NBA 2K20 for the playmaking, for the point guard version. So let's go into the full in depth and break down these top 3, okay? So we're going to, with some gameplay in the background, with these top 3, when you're thinking about making a build, what is going to be the most fun and what is going to be the most entertaining and most easy to win. So if you want to have fun and win and have a lot of fun, I highly recommend the floor spacing slasher offensive threat BP build. That one is very, very fun to play on. Trust me on that, because you have driving, you have contact dunks, you can speed boost, you can have a high shooting, high defensive. You are literally a demigod on the court. This is why at the start of the game, this build was the best point guard build at the time, until people found out about the two-way slashing play, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. With a two-way slashing play, the only downfall to that build is the 3-ball in the shooting. So if you can't time your jump shot, you're not very good at shooting and stuff like that, this build may not be for you. As I said, if you have bad internet like myself or you have high latency, this build will not be the best for you unless you don't shoot and love the rim run and have high defensive stats, because you don't have to have any skill to play on this build. That's why a lot of people make it, because with the defensive badges, with the Hall of Fame clamps and stuff like that, you can just sit there and spam X on the opponent and they will not be able to do hardly any dribble moves, or you can just strip them every single time. And then your driving is as good as the BP build, if not better than the BP build, because you have the contact dunks off rip. So, the difference between the BP and the two-way slashing play is the two-way slashing play has less offensive stats for the shooting. That's what the BP build tops it for me. That's why I recommend the BP build over the two-way slashing play, unless you know how to time your shot and stuff like that. Then for the play shot, we're going to talk about the play shot now. With the play shot, what I recommend for this build is very good for 2v2s if you use screens. Obviously, the two-way slashing play is good for the 1v1s or the 2v2s if you just like the ISO and rim run. But with the play shot, if you like to do fadeaways and stuff like that, overpowered like Ticino for instance, this build could fit your playstyle tremendously. And this is why I recommend people making this build over the two-way slashing play. But I also have a slashing playmaker, okay? The slashing playmaker is a little bit different. You get a 77-3, you get contact dunks at 99 overall, you get a pro dribblers at off rip, you get a 99 speed, 99 acceleration. I think you get the same with the two-way slashing play. But as you guys can already notice, strength is not big of a priority on this build, on any of these builds. What you want to look at is the speed differential. So the speed differential, play shot has a 90 speed off rip, a BP build has 88 speed off rip, and then a 95 speed off rip for the two-way slashing play / the slashing playmaker. So if you like to be the fastest player on the court and be able to just dribble and break anyone's ankles, two-way slashing plays and slashing playmakers are for you. If you want to be an all-round dominant demigod on the court, the floor spacing slasher BP build is for you guys, because it is the most dominant point guard build on the game. And then the playmaking shot if you just like to be on the twos and cheese with the fadeaways, you can also use a sharpshooting facilitator for this, FYI. But the play shot, you can have all the anything downfall to that build is the finishing is not as low, and you won't be able to have contact dunks. So at the end of the day, I'm going to rank the top 3 builds. Number 1 on my list is the floor spacing slasher BP build, so offensive threat. Has a couple more names. That is my number 1 build on NBA2K20 for point guards. Second, we're going to have the two-way slashing play. The only downfall, as I said, is the shooting, but everything else does overtake, because the shooting doesn't really matter if you know how to time your shot, have a good internet, high, low latency, stuff like that, and your finishing is great and your defense is impeccable. Then we're going to have third is the playmaking shot creator. The only downfall to that is the finishing is not as good, and you are not as fast as the two-way slashing play and as the BP build. But they are the top 3 builds, and that's the comparison. So if you wanted to make them builds, tell me in the comment section down below if you agree with me or have any of them builds. Made it this far in the video, type in the comment section down below Twitter, and I will check out your Twitters by hitting me up in the DMs, and I may be able to follow you guys back. Follow me on Twitter, we're trying to get to 2,000 followers, and we're only 90 followers away. And follow me on Twitch, trying to get to 1,000 followers, and we're like 200 followers away. Streams should be starting up soon. But thank you guys for the love and support. Leave that like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video, guys. Peace out, man.